Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and in this video I want to share 2 tips for caregivers. And this is anybody that's taking care of someone who is disabled or who has special needs. I myself am a special needs parent. My oldest son has special needs. He is 17 years old. Well, he'll be 17 years old at the end of the month. So I'm kind of getting used to saying he's 17. But he's 16 right now, but he'll be 17 at the end of this month. And my son was diagnosed with anoxic brain damage. He's developmentally delayed, cerebral palsy. He is nonverbal, which means he doesn't speak. He's non-ambulatory, which means he doesn't walk. And he also has a seizure disorder. And that's just him wrapped up in a nutshell. There's other things, but that's basically his main diagnosis. So moving on to these 2 items. First, I'm going to talk about this bottle right here. And this bottle has olive oil in it. And the olive oil has been helpful because it has allowed me to get the body oil and the dead skin and the greasiness that cakes up in what I call the trouble spots for my son, which would be his hairline, in his hair, and on his legs. Since my son is wheelchair bound, he does not sweat. So, like I said, those trouble spots, the oil and the grease from his body, it just kind of cakes up. And in the past, what I would do to try to remedy this was I would use a honey scrub method. But he's much bigger now, and that method just does not work for us anymore. It takes too long, and I needed to find something that was quicker but still gives me the same results. So I use the oil and I use this. Now, like I said, with the oil, I put it on his hairline. I also put it in his hair because it helps to get really into his scalp and break up the dandruff and the grease from his hair. And I use it on his legs. And I'll just rub it in and I'll let it sit for like 2 minutes, and then I'll come back with a rag and then wipe it off. And when I wipe those areas off, his hairline, his legs, and his hair, I'm already noticing that there's no residue left. When I used to just wash his hairline and his legs with soap and water, I would have to come back 2 or 3 times and just wash those areas over again because the soap wasn't really breaking up that grease. So it was leaving like this greasy residue. But I don't get that with the olive oil. The olive oil really gets in, it penetrates, it breaks up the grease, and it makes it easier to clean. So like I said, I'll come back, I'll use a rag, wipe off the oil, get all that grease off, and then I can go back and use soap and water to cleanse his skin. Now this brush right here, it is a foot brush, but I use it for my son for his legs because the rag really doesn't help with getting up that dead skin. And with these bristles being kind of firm, I can really get in there and brush his legs, and it helps to pull up the grease, and it helps to pull up the dead skin, and it also helps with circulation because of the firmness of the bristle. It's helping that blood circulation underneath the skin, so it's beneficial for that. But what I also like about it too is it's giving my son a different sensation than just the rag, and he likes that. So these 2 things together have really been helpful. And I would just suggest, if your son is like mine to where he doesn't sweat and certain areas of his body just what's the word I'm trying to use, accumulates more body oil and grease than other parts, I would suggest trying olive oil and using a foot brush to see if that would help. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.